If you died next week, would your porn history make you more embarrassed than your legacy would make you proud? When was the last time you did something that made you feel like you got big fucking balls? Not something for attention or comfort, but something done for humanity, for your family, for the sake of growth, or simply because it's fucking difficult. This is the part of yourself that you have repressed and with great consequences. Porn isn't the problem here, but a symptom of not engaging with your life as truly as you can. Decades ago, there was a great psychologist by the name of Carl Jung who thought that a mind had intangible forces or roles which made us who we are. Our self is the things that we believe about ourselves. Things like, I'm bad at skiing, I'm not good enough, I'm addicted to pornography, or I'm comforted by porn. This and any other crap you believe about yourself makes up yourself. Our persona, on the other hand, are the things that we show to the outside world. We aren't telling anyone we're a pervert or addicted, but some things like being bad at skiing, or good at video games, or being alright at biology or some crap are more acceptable by society compared to the other ones like porn addiction. The shadow is simply something we repress, whether it be because we don't like it, your family's religion sees it as a sin, or because society says so. A boy may see being assertive or dominant as bad because he got shouted a lot back at home. This leads to him being less confident later in life and feeling weak. So when he encounters someone who is assertive, he feels envy, resentment, or even guilt, which makes his inner condition even worse. This shadow is meant to be used rather than repressed. The desire for power is meant to motivate you. The shadow is something we talk to. It gives us suggestions and advice, sometimes bad, sometimes stupid. However, it's our choice about what we embrace and what we don't. If we shut everything, then there will be consequences. Learn this to get started. In the modern day, the shadow isn't something evil, it's your repressed will, and it's begging, aching for war. Under peace, the warlike man ends up attacking himself. A lot of the people I end up helping have massive transformations of getting serious with life all of a sudden. Even I went from 30% grades to 92% in 1 year in my worst subject. Why? Because pornography is a repression method. Your ancestors dealt with scarcity about not having much time to express their artistic side, not having much time to consume entertainment or art, or being able to express themselves sexually. You have the exact opposite problem. Rather than work or purpose, you drown in so many forces pulling you into mediocrity. And this is not just on your phone or the internet, but also in the culture, with the way your family lives, your school system, your teachers, everyone numbing their pain, numbing their destiny, numbing their purpose, and teaching you to do the same. There's two kinds of shadows, and the first one is a personal shadow. A personal shadow is simply a thing a person doesn't wish to be. For example, my shadow is my weakness, my desire for procrastination, my running away from purpose or duties. The difference is I know what I do not like or hate, and hence I can quickly kill it. I acknowledge it and hence can deal with it. Your shadow isn't trauma, but the will, your desire for power, tranquilized and sedated by modernity, from pornography to shorts, drunks, junk food, etc. You goon, you scroll, you shrink, and then you settle. That's what's wrong with you. Understand one thing, they lie. They lie not just to you, but to themselves. You are not perfect the way you are. You can be better. You can be faster, stronger, fulfilled, more content. If you want this accountability, this force, and this fire, there's a link in the description below. And enter the community if you're done being soft and not for bullshit like motivation. Many others repress this personal shadow, this desire for power to such a point that they don't even know what it is. I asked a friend of mine who often struggled with depression about what he hated about himself. And he, after going through all the bullshits of, oh, I'm perfect just the way I am, self love, yay, after he finally got through that, he replied that it was his face. I shit you not, he went on a 20-minute look-smacking rant, going from things like about his medulla bone or some crap. The main thing, however, I got out of it was his jawline. So I asked him very simply, why aren't you mewing then? I shit you not, again, after 20 minutes of fucking ranting about all the little bones and angles which probably took him hours and hours to learn, He says, it won't fucking work for me, I'll think about it. This is what you are doing. Why the fuck would he watch so many looks maxing videos, give him so much fucking proofs of mewing working for people of all areas for life, not just of his age, but of his race and ethnicity, of his fucking gender, everything, and then he gives himself a bullshit excuse. He represses it without even realizing it by saying, it won't work for me. You give yourself bullshit excuses like it won't work for me when in fact you're lazy or worse, you're scared of becoming better. You continue to think about your problems like a fucking dumbass instead of getting up and taking action on them like a man with two healthy fucking working testicles. Your shadow is the side of you which wants to get better. Your shadow is the side of you which wants to be superior, to stand out, to actually try to give a fuck, and you instead repress it like a fucking coward. Why? Because bullshit like YouTube shorts or pornography are easier, or because daddy made a joke saying you're lazy and now you're fucking traumatized. People refuse to see their fucking shadow, don't even recognize it, and don't understand that watching these type of videos are all silent begs from the shadow to get better. And when you ignore it, of course, it results in more pain, more anxiety, more annoyance, more angst, which, oh no, you need to suppress again via pornography. The shadow isn't a place where all your negative aspects go. It's potential, it's energy, and whether you use it or get cooked by it is another matter. I'm going to bet that some fuckers on this video will probably comment saying something like, he's projecting, I don't have any of this problem behaviors, blah blah blah. You wouldn't be watching this fucking far unless it made sense, unless it connected. This is not a problem with just you or me or any one person. It's a problem with modernity and it trying to chain us. I talked about two kinds of shadows. The first one was our personal shadow, but the second one is our collective or cultural shadow. Our culture acts like it doesn't like winners, especially those who are close to us, people who want to gain mastery, people who want to be the very fucking best. Instead, what's highlighted are the cool types who don't try and yet get good results. I'll tell you something though. You're not him. No matter how many comics you read, shows you watch, books you read about it, you're still a fucking loser living through, worshipping the life of someone else. Why do I tell you all of this? Why do I call you fucking stupid? And instead, why don't I just fucking give you a hug, say, oh no, your shame's not your fault, blah, blah, blah? Because you are a fucking bitch. I know some people are going to listen to this, me calling you a fucking dumbass, and they're gonna think, "Wah, I'm fucking broken. I need to run away to my fucking pornography, my weakness, my goon cave again." But I know there's some inside of you who are fucking feeling angry. Angry at their own stupidity. So angry that you want to punch a fucking wall. Channel it towards something like a goal, a long term goal of power, of greatness, of self mastery. That is your purpose. If your will is true, if you're not a fucking weakling and someone who acts like it, who takes action, join my personal community, link in description below, and I'll hammer at you until what comes out is a fucking sword. I gave you these lessons about not fucking bowing your head because they do help you quit porn. How? Because it makes you stop being mediocre. It makes you go further. It makes you stop fucking settling. All these self repeating beliefs in our mind from the culture, the family, the friends, God knows what else that you have come in your brain and argue for mediocrity, for not working so hard that you can't do it. Your daddy says so, some bullshit. I'm fucking arguing for you, dumbass. I'm telling you that you can be better, that your ego, your standards are truly higher than this weakness, than this mediocrity, this cravenness. You are better than this. Porn is simply a symptom of two things. The first is being a creature of habit, which can easily be cured by a bit of mindfulness and journaling. The second is settling like a fucking bitch. Do you want to settle for just your phone, for a mediocre physique, for shit time management, for zero purpose, for not being remembered by anyone, and settling for being a cuck? Or do you want to make a difference? Then act like it. Again, link in description below, and cheers.